This is your day. We still got Lights coming up. She's chilling backstage. We're going to be talking to her about what's next for her, how she got hooked up with the Lilith Fair tour, and everything else. That's next on MOG. On Demand, I'm joined here by the lovely Lights. Thank you so much.
Hello, thank you for having me once again. It's like a big family here all the time.
I know, you're totally Much Music family. Of course. I think about all of our Canadian artists that way. It's great.
I think that's one of the things I love about the Canadian music scene. Everyone's so humble and like one unit. When you meet someone, it's like the thing you have in common is that you're a Canadian musician, and then you feel at one.
I know, it's really great. So I'm glad that you're performing. It's wicked to see you and the guitar. Is this Lou, or I know you've named
this one's
guitars.
Russell. Now he's the one that's been with me for the longest. I did get another one, but he's kind of faulty, so this is the staple right here.
Okay, I like it. Looks like it's been through some stuff. A couple Warped Tours. It looks like it's really been turned out.
He really has. It speaks the truth. I wonder, I often wonder what happened with it before I owned him. He's from the 80s.
Oh, it's good. It's good. I like that. Okay, so we were talking about this before. You look gorgeous on this. Naked
Thank
Eye.
you.
I know you've seen this, and we've been talking about it too. And I mean, I know there's so many different elements to everybody. Sorry, I'm holding this very awkwardly. But it's on stands right now, so you guys can go and grab it. It's beautiful inside too, and I was there with you, like on set while you were doing your thing. So professional as always.
Thank you. So it's so funny just looking at it. I mean, I actually went to Chapters today, and it's the first time I actually saw it in the store because we just got back from tour in the States, so it's not really down there at all. And I saw it, and I was just kind of like, it was kind of like a guilty pleasure moment where I was just standing beside it, hoping people would notice. It's kind of embarrassing, but it was cool. It was really cool.
Cute. I like that kind of stuff. And so, I mean, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about you and the evolution, when we first met you.
Changed.
I know, right? And of course, that's just normal. It's normal for people, and of course, it's normal for artists
I should hope so. I mean, every day you kind of work. Well, I work, I'm sure everybody does, to become better at what you do every single day. Every single show, at the end of it, I want to know that I learned a little something more. So, 4 months later, I can say I'm 10 times better than I was 4 months ago.
Yeah, I love that optimistic attitude. And also, you were on tour with Owl City for like 5 months. So if Owl City and that whole tour taught you something, what'd you take from it?
Being honestly so comfortable on stage, it becomes just kind of like you own that area of the stage for a while. If you do the same thing every day for 5 months, you're bound to gain a degree of comfort from it from that 5 months. So that's one of the first things I learned from that tour is just like getting on stage and like owning it and learning.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple conversations about this, and I've had a chance to interview you lots of times over this whole period. But in this, we see like a softer, kind of sexier, edgier kind of side of Lights. I know you're so cute and so humble, but there's lots of different sides to you too. So
it's nice to break out and do those kind of things. I recently also did a shoot that's like 50s style, and it's very woman-esque, and if that's even a word. And it feels good, everybody. If you're a girl, you're bound to become a woman someday. So you have to embrace it, and it's amazing. It feels good.
Yeah, that's true. I like this. I was reading an interview that you recently did. You said you grow into everything you hate about yourself in time, which is really wise. You guys get that? It's true. We all get over ourselves, right?
It's so true. It sounds so bad, but when I was a kid, I used to make these lists of things I wanted to change about myself. Things I didn't like.
Like what? What was on the list?
There's all kinds of things you don't like, and my nose was one of them. And over time, it became my favorite feature of myself. So it's just those things you learn as you grow into yourself. Don't change them. Just learn how to be comfortable with them,
Yeah. When you first started performing, like the very first couple performances, do you remember what made you the most nervous about it?
I think it's the fact that you have so much to think about when you're up there, like keeping your vocals good and playing and not forgetting lyrics. When I first started performing, I used to have nightmares about forgetting lyrics on stage, which I always did. You write a song, you play it so many times, and then you go up there and you forget all the lyrics. So that's one thing that sucked when I first started.
That's normal, and then you realize that it doesn't matter and that you'll get over it.
As time goes on, and as you develop people in the audience that know the words, you can list like, yeah, you sing it. Thank you. I forgot.
Of course, those tricks that nobody would even notice. Darcy live via webcam. What's up? What's your question for Lights?
Hi, guys.
Hey, Darcy.
My question is, I know that Lights, you're going to be going to the UK next week. I want to know, what are you looking forward to most on your trip?
We've been to the UK a few times, and we always go to this this really cheap restaurant called Wetherspoons, and it's like cheap drinks, cheap food, and everyone there thinks it's kind of grubby, but we're like Wetherspoons, and we go to one in every city. So we're all looking forward to going to Wetherspoons for dinner.
Oh, I hope that answers your question. Thank you, Darcy. Alicia is in the audience and she has a question too. Where are you, Alicia?
Here.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Lights. I'm a huge fan of yours, and I was just wondering what you think makes a good single and why you chose Second Go as your next one.
It's just kind of, when I wrote the record, actually, it was in an attempt to make every song good enough to be a single. So it's not really like, I think this one makes a great single. It's just something that's really catchy, obviously, and I feel like the effort you put into a single should be put into every single song, you know? And Second Go just kind of happened. It was one of those really organic things that it's just, you know, enough people like the song, and they're like, whoa, let's play it on the radio. So Chum FM started playing it first, actually, and yeah.
Nice.
Really cool. Thank you, Chum.
Okay, let's talk about Lilith Fair really quickly. We're going to go to the window and say hi to your fans because they've been standing in the rain and the cold. We're coming to see you in a second. But Lilith Fair, that's a really amazing thing. And Metrics there, Erykah Badu.
There's
So exciting.
some incredibly influential female artists this year on Lilith Fair. And I actually intend purely on an indulgent level to go and learn a lot. You know, go watch Loretta Lynn and Emmylou Harris and how they are behaving and how they carry themselves around a world that's mainly dominated in men. You know, I plan on going and learning a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And you're already doing that. I mean, you're often the only female on an all-male bill sort of thing, so you're ready for that. We're looking forward to seeing you there. Let's go to the window and say hi, say what's up to people. It's kind of cold. Lights is here, guys. Hello. Hi.
You guys are all wet.
It's kind of rainy.
How are you?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Kizzer, what's up? You have a question for Lights?
Yeah.
Do it.
Hey, Lights.
Hey.
Go ahead, Kizzer. Shout it out.
All right.
I did like high-fived your fist. All right.
Here's the question right here.
Hey.
Hey, I'm just wondering, what's like the biggest challenge you've had to overcome in your career?
Honestly, touring and the live show, you know, it's a big challenge to take your music out of the studio in the privacy of your own room and put it out there in front of people in a real situation. And that took a lot of time. I actually only recently got comfortable with it like last year. So it's just one of those things, you do enough, you get comfortable with it, but you have to push yourself out to get there, you know?
Wow.
Nice question.
Huge fan.
Thank you. It'll be crazy to see what you do with the rest of your challenges because you got that one down.
Whoa,
check
it's Sound
out.
for Lights.
Oh, that's so cute.
Awesome.
That's
Thank you.
amazing.
What is
Okay.
it like?
Sorry. Do you want to see? We want you to set up the video because we're gonna check out your video premiere.
Yes,
Second Go.
yes.
Tell me about because you shot that here in Toronto.
Yes, I did. Just recently. You were awesome. All right.
To see that.
I am
For the
so
first-
okay. I've been so stoked about this video, and I'm bursting inside because it was the hardest one I've had to make.
Why was it the hardest?
Well, it was all one shot. And it was with paint. You know, so we wrecked the set after the one take. So
You got one chance.
One chance at it, and it was the most pressure I've ever felt at a video shoot. You know, in a way, it was like the easiest video I've done because we were done at 7. You know, it's just one shot. But it was so hard. You know, just mentally preparing for making sure that shot was the best shot in the world.
That's amazing. And the world premiere right here.
Right here in Toronto, I couldn't ask for a better place to premiere this
Thank
video.
you so much for
You know?
like letting us share that with you. That's so sweet.
I'm so glad.
Well, while you're here, we thought we'd have a little fun, a little segment called Have You Heard? Now you've been
I like that.
traveling the world. I'm sure it's hard to keep up with everything else that goes on in the world.
I'm terrible at it, actually.
That's okay. So am I. That's why I try to write them down.
Good.
So now I'm
Pocket
not
notes
sure if
along
you've
the way.
heard Russell Brand.
Okay.
We were talking about earlier in the show. You know, had left his fly open. And nobody told him. Has that ever? Have you ever had a wardrobe
Oh
malfunction?
my! Oh, just all the time.
Really?
And you know what? I think it's just it happens so fast, and then it's a big deal, and you're just like, what happened? You know, I think what happened with him is people just didn't want to tell him because it's just.
Has somebody
awkward.
stopped you though and told you and been
Well,
like,
thankfully, some people have. But I remember there's this one time, like toilet paper was hanging out of my pants, and like I did a whole show. With toilet paper on my foot. It's just like, and I found it on Twitter later.
Oh,
and it's
that's
really
unfortunate.
awkward. Yeah.
Well, that's not going to happen next because we have you performing just after the break.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more of Lights.
That favorite moment was ridiculous.
You know that was your favorite moment of
No,
all time, Jesse.
not
Nice
at all.
try.
Not
Nice
at
try.
all.
38 days to the MMVAs and Lights. We're inviting you. Please come. It'll be so much fun.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go.
Amazing. Okay, so tomorrow is karaoke day here at MOD. Quickly, before we have to go, do you have any tips?
Karaoke.
Karaoke singers.
Just pour your heart into it, sing passionately.
Okay.
And then ignore the audience because they're gonna make fun of you probably.
That's true. No, we're gonna
Good
love
advice.
you and support
Good
you.
advice. That's right.
Thank
so
you very
if
much.
you want to be a part of Karaoke Day, send us an email at ondemand@muchmusic.com right here. Don't forget next Wednesday, Blake McGrath is in town. Thank you.